2020 has been a year like no other. I mean, we've had the COVID-19 crisis, we've had people losing their jobs, we've had lockdown. I mean, South Africa has been on lockdown for the past 7 months. It's been a lot and it's been very rough, to say the least. But with that also comes a lot of financial lessons that we can actually learn from this entire ordeal. So in today's video, I want to share some of the lessons that I've learned with you. The very first lesson that I've learned is that liquid funds are key. I mean, when people are losing their jobs and when their businesses had to close down, a lot of people's concern was how do they actually keep going on month to month and sustaining themselves while we get this entire crisis under control. And that speaks to having an emergency fund and ensuring that you have those funds easily accessible as and when you need them. So you want to make sure you have liquid funds at all times. Anything can happen. Think about how the UIF also took a very long time to pay people out in terms of the unemployment fund. So during that time, people had to take care of themselves, and if they didn't have funds, that was a very tough time. So that's why liquid funds are so important. They're also important on the flip side when it comes to investing, because some opportunities did actually come up during the crisis where people could have bought shares at a cheaper price and made quite some profit during the year. That is another thing. You want to make sure you have liquid funds so you can actually invest when opportunities arise. And then the second thing that COVID-19 has taught me is that budgeting is important. As much as people don't like budgeting and as much as people don't actually budget in good times, a lot of people were budgeting during COVID-19 because they're essentially forced to. And what a budget does, it shows you where your money is coming in and where all your money is going. So in order to get a very good picture of how you're spending, how you're doing financially, or how you're doing with your finances, having a budget is key, because it will show you all the details that you need to know in order to make the necessary cuts, if you need to make any cuts in your spending that a lot of us had to do during COVID-19, so that you have a little more money that you can use for the things that you really do need, or your essentials. I tweeted the other day that having an emergency fund is the ultimate firewall, and I stand by that tweet. It is so important, and we saw it counting now. When a lot of people are losing their jobs, those who had other sources of income were able to get by a little bit better than people who only had one source of income, and when that source of income was cut off, that was it for them. So you want to make sure that you have as many sources of income as you can. Always try to be working towards increasing your sources of income so that you're not dependent on one source. So even though 2020 has not ended yet and the crisis is not yet over, this is some of the financial lessons that I have learned so far, and I hope that you can also take going forward into 2021 and the future to help you manage your personal finances better. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you are getting through 2020 as best as you can, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye guys.